You're listening to Africa Business Radio, where you get up-to-date insights on the Africa business landscape. Log on to www.africabusinessradio.com. Your favorite shows are available on podcasts. Download them on our website and mobile app. Africa Business Radio, towards a profitable Africa.
Today's market transcends beyond hubs and shops. Global Trends sets the pace for today's trader. On Africa Business Radio, we bring you Social Trader, keeping you updated around the world of online business across social media platforms on africabusinessradio.com.
Oh, this feels like the final football match between two soccer warriors. Oh my God, can somebody please tell me what the African formation is? Oh, it's 4-4-2. Amazing. Cool stuff. That's just super amazing, isn't it? Africa Business Radio is doing 4-4-2 on the news with 40% Nigerian stories, 40% African stories, and 20% global stories. Now that's what I call a homegrown, heart-breaking goal. Go, 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 go. Yes. Go.
Hey, hello Lagos, hello Nigeria, hello Africa, and a big hello to the rest of the world. It's been a minute and it's so good to be back again on another edition of your favorite business show on radio. This is Social Trader, a show specifically designed to celebrate entrepreneurs in our society, as well as help your business dreams come alive as we unveil to you some of the mysteries of how to build a strong, effective, and successful business. As always, I am your host, Onoja, serving you entrepreneurship leadership with a glass of mocha. We're going to go for a short break now. When we return, we shall be unveiling all that we have packed for you on this episode, so don't go nowhere.
Listening to Africa Business Radio, where you get up-to-date insights on the Africa business landscape. Log on to www.africabusinessradio.com. Your favorite shows are available on podcasts. Download them on our website and mobile app. Africa Business Radio, towards a profitable Africa.
Oh, this feels like the final football match between two soccer warriors. Oh my God, can somebody please tell me what the African formation is? Oh, it's 4-4-2. Amazing. Cool stuff. That's just super amazing, isn't it? Africa Business Radio is doing 4-4-2 on the news with 40% Nigerian stories, 40% African stories, and 20% global stories. Now that's what I call a homegrown, heart-breaking goal. Go, 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 go. Yes. Go.
Okay, welcome back from that very short break. Now is that part of the show where we get to check out what we have trending on our trend segment. So on today's trends, I will be sharing with you some of the greatest online business ideas that you will definitely love to delve into. Becoming an entrepreneur would be easier if you focus on your strength. That will help you to carry out the activities efficiently, earning good profits. Your main aim should be mainly on sourcing customers in a good way that will help you get more business deals along with repeat hires. Today, the online business is flourishing worldwide, so you can build up a nice setup with a brilliant online business ideas you can even start tomorrow. Here, guys, are some of the amazing online business ideas I would personally pursue myself if I wasn't here dishing it out to you. So, put an ear to it as I unleash to you some of the greatest deals I have on the show today. Number 1, resume and cover letter drafting. Resume and cover letter drafting. It is a good idea nowadays as people require a killer resume writing in professional way to help them crack the interview. Then we have the web designing. Web designing. If you have a good knowledge of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and the web designing is your ultimate field to go ahead in, and it will serve as one of the best online business idea. Then we have the specialized retailer. Specialized retailer. Simply get an e-commerce software along with an integrated platform that will help you to reach to target audience who wants to purchase a specific stuff. Then, virtual assistant. Virtual assistant. This is another great opportunity where the leading companies with the science and tasks like data research, etc., you can easily bring more clients and set up your own team providing effective services as virtual assistants. Next, affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing. Remember, this is me giving you top business ideas that you can even start tomorrow. This is Social Trader, and this is where you can get the best of business updates that can help your business grow to an unimaginable standards. Affiliate marketing is next. Just promote the product for a particular brand and you can earn huge profits. That will help you open doors for success. Therefore, this is the most popular you can pick up from the list of top online business ideas. Then ebook author. Ebook author. Is writing your passion? If it is, then start working as an ebook author and you can get popularity as well as good wealth. Okay, that's it on my trends on this week's edition of Social Trader. Moving on is where we get to meet our social trader for the day. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're ready as much as I am, let's take a short break. When we return, I will be unveiling my guests on this week's edition, so don't go nowhere.
You're listening to Africa Business Radio, where you get up-to-date insights on the Africa business landscape. Log on to www.africabusinessradio.com. Your favorite shows are available on podcasts. Download them on our website and mobile app. Africa Business Radio, towards a profitable Africa.
Oh, this feels like the final football match between two soccer warriors. Oh my God, can somebody please tell me what the African formation is? Oh, it's 4-4-2. Amazing. Cool stuff. That's just super amazing, isn't it? Africa Business Radio is doing 4-4-2 on the news with 40% Nigerian stories, 40% African stories, and 20% global stories. Now that's what I call a homegrown, heart-breaking goal! Go, 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 go! Yes. Go!
Welcome back. Now is that part of the show where I unveil my social trader for today. My social trader for today is a fashion icon with a touch of entrepreneurship. Stephanie Illoabachie is a fashion designer and chief executive officer, Arban, which focuses on bespoke and ready-to-wear female clothing. She is a graduate from the University of Port Harcourt, where she studied psychology. Hi. You're there feeling pretty. Say hi to me.
Hello.
Well, if you're not comfortable with the way I read your profile, I could go over it again. You have a lot of abbreviations like ARB, that sounds like my station, ARBAN. You want to tell us what that really meant?
ARBAN is the short for Arrayed by Anila. Simply like dressed by Anila. Anila is or used to be my nickname, so okay. The name of the business is Anila. Well, shortened to Arrayed by Arban.
Arban.
Yeah.
Okay, so ARBAN actually is an acronym for
Arrayed by Anila.
Oh, so much classy. Okay, so would you like to tell us a bit about Arban? What is Arban all about? I would like to know.
Okay, we're a fashion business, and we focus on women's clothing, both African-inspired and English women's clothing for all ages. And we started in 2019. I actually started sewing in 2018. That was when I learned, but I entered into the business in 2019, like started making profit and everything from it. So Arade by Anila was brought to life by Kaneka Corporation. It's a Japanese company. So when I won a pageant in 2018, Miss Kaneka Alone, as part of my prize.
I was going to go into that.
Okay.
But if you hype yourself too much, you'll definitely pay me for some extra time.
No.
See, I went through your profile and I went jaw dropped. Oh. I'm like, how can someone, like, were you able to translate like that from, I don't know, you're just a full pack of entrepreneurship. I think people who would want to go into the business should come and listen to this, should just be listening to this show right now, because if they aren't, they're definitely going to be missing out on so much. So we're going to, I know you have so much talk about your modeling, all your winnings. You had a lot of winnings in your life journey and stuff. We're going to get into that shortly. But right now, I'd like to know what inspired your business idea. Like you already mentioned, it was inspired by some company, like a Japanese company. Would like to know what really inspired it alongside. Okay, we already know there's a backstory. There's someone who pushed you. Or there's a group of people who pushed you to what you're doing now. But we want to know where the passion came from. What inspired you? What told you, you know what, you should go into this?
All right. So as you just said, I was already into modeling. So that's kind of the beauty of fashion industry. So after university, the period in between my completion, the completion of my degree and my youth service, I decided to learn a skill. I was at home for about a year. So instead of being idle, I decided to start training in basic fashion design. That was where it started. I just wanted something in the field, and because I really admired the gowns I used to use for the competitions, yes, on the runway, and I thought it would be nicer if I could make those clothes myself.
Okay.
So that was how it started. I wanted to make the clothes
for yourself,
for myself.
Really cool. So it wasn't money driven?
No, it wasn't.
The idea was not to go into it and make some extra cash aside modeling?
No, it was more like making my own clothes and having a skill that I could just say, this is what I can do. Okay,
so why do I have a feeling that what you're wearing right now was made by yourself?
Well, I just have to represent my own brand.
Ooh, I know. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish you had an eye to see through what is going on in the studio. She's gorgeously dressed, and we're going to let people know how they can get through to see what you're capable of doing. But before then, tell us a bit about your creative process, because I went through your page and I saw that you have so much going on. There is so much displayed there. Like, I would like to know what's your creative process like. What do you think about when you're designing? What do you think about when you're making clothes?
Well, sometimes I just want to make something that stands out, and actually the ideas come to me mostly a very funny place when I'm in church. And then you see me sketching on my jotter.
So why does it have to be church though?
I don't know. Is
that where your demon comes to distract you from listening? I mean, you're supposed to be in church to listen to the pastor preach.
Yeah.
So what are you doing sketching?
I don't know.
We've got to chase it. Even though the demon is actually a yellow demon, it's not so bad. It's not black, because it's awesome. Okay. You go to church and then you find yourself sketching designs.
Yeah, and I was just like, I can't wait to actually put this, bring these designs to life. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so going through all of that from the time you started up until now, what would you say are the most profound challenges that you have faced or currently facing, that you're still going through? Like, you know what? If I have this in place, this is going on this way, it would have been better. What's that challenge you think you're going through right now that you're having?
Right now, the challenge that I would say I'm having is clients. That is, I really need more clients at the moment. I have most of the equipment I need already, thanks to Kaneka Corporation. But I think I just need to get more people, and not that some clients are coming, but they just don't want to pay. They want free work. I don't know, maybe because they know me.
Okay, so you're doing friendship. Like it's about friendship now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So far I've been sewing mainly for friends and family. Yeah, but what I really need right now is more customer base. Yeah. I
understand. Everyone needs that. I mean, as an entrepreneur, if you don't have a customer base, if you don't have them rushing in and rushing out,
that are willing to pay.
They would like to pay, definitely. Then you're not doing anything. But I think it's just a matter of time. You're doing so well already, and
yeah, thank you.
In no distant time, people would come for you. People would come to want to reckon with your brand. They want to wear what you're wearing. They want to wear what you're making. You know, that kind of stuff. It happens. So, as an entrepreneur, we all know I am not an entrepreneur, but I've actually, with this platform, I've come across a lot of entrepreneurs who would tell me about issues on products or concept replications and stuff. So I'd like to ask if you have encountered any concept replication. Like, I mean, you're here designing stuff, and then you have someone. We're all in the social space where you display your stuff on Instagram. Anybody could link up and see what you're about. Have you ever come across anyone who sort of, maybe somehow you bumped into someone doing almost the same thing you are doing, like the same thing you're doing, exact same thing, concept of what you're doing?
No, I haven't.
You really haven't?
No. So
you mean if I search through the internet everywhere, like for something in line with what you're doing, you'll get to be the only person doing it?
There are lots of fashion brands out there. Yeah. I make my style, I create my designs, and even though these days most of the designs are kind of related, you know, a little of this, a little of that. Yeah, but exactly, no.
So since you haven't encountered that, what happens? What do you think your reaction would be like when you find someone doing the same thing? Maybe you made a gown today, and then you went on someone's page and discovered someone had made the same thing.
I would just be happy that I was able to inspire someone.
Yeah. That's what you say on the show, to be nice. People like you will be like, hey, without my permission, how did you do that? I mean, how did you do that? Okay. All right. Where do you see Arban in 5-6 years from now?
5-6 years from now, we're hoping to have become a household name in Nigeria. Hopefully we'll be making clothes in mass production, like on a larger scale. Yeah, so it will no longer be an order, like just walk into stores and see our labels and our designs on most of the clothes. And hopefully other parts of the world and other continents. Yeah. Good
dreams. We wish you the very best with that.
Thank you.
But then I would like to know your aims. I'd like to know your aims. I'm curious, your aims and objectives. It's not about showing off things like what I can do. I know you're doing great. I mean, from what you're saying, like what I'm saying in the studio and what I've seen on the social media, you're doing really well already. But I'm curious to know what your aim and objective with Arban is.
Okay. We aim to create clothes that are comfortable for the clients or customers. We don't want the clothes that, you know, they won't be able to breathe. There are lots of clothes like that. People, you see young girls be like, yeah, this clothes looks very beautiful, right? But I couldn't breathe throughout the time I was wearing it. So I want to make clothes that are comfortable to wear, clothes that are classy, not just like local, you know. We want classic clothes and durable clothes that can last very long, because you find that there's this problem of lack of durability for some African clothes. Maybe you're trying to cross somewhere and it will just tear. So no, we want to make durable clothes too. And we also aim to satisfy our clients. Like, we don't want to disappoint. You know, that's one thing that most fashion designers are known for in Nigeria. Their clothes, their clients' clothes won't be ready before they need it. So we want to be able to do that too.
So real quickly, we know that all kinds of jobs have their hazards, right? Would you like to share with us one of your most awkward moments in this hustle as an entrepreneur? What was that one event that happened and then you look backwards and you're like, how did I even get past that? We'd like to know.
The hazard that I encountered, I think that was late last year. No, not late, middle of last year. I was actually sewing, and then my hand got in the way of the needle.
Oh.
My finger. So my fingernail actually broke. I thought it would never grow again. I literally cried my hand out.
Oh, it was just the fingernail.
Just the fingernail.
Oh, you made it look my finger, and I'm like, God.
My finger. It penetrated like here almost.
Oh, you were hurt.
I was hurt.
Oh,
I was bleeding.
Sorry, I thought it was just the fingernail that broke.
No,
And then
like it penetrated here. And
it's really awkward. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's worth the hustle, right?
yes,
It's really worth it. So, right now, you do more on the online than the open space. That's the open market. To you, as an individual, what advantage do you think online business has over offline business? Like, if you have a chance to be offline, to be in the open market, to have a space, like a business space, would you take it? And what advantage do you think, from your experience so far, during the Instagram and the rest of the places, what advantage do you think the online business has over the offline business?
Definitely online, you have a wider reach. Like, not just people in your community or in Lagos State. Yeah, people in different parts of Nigeria and also outside Nigeria can see your work and contact you. So if you're able to get their measurements through social media too, you can deliver their clothes to them, because now we have online delivery systems like all over the place. So, we have logistics company that can take it to different parts of the world.
Yeah.
And for now that my business is not too big yet,
It's already big. I don't know why you... Stop being modest, for crying out loud. I checked you out. What you're saying, I literally checked you out, and you're doing super great already. So it's big.
Okay, so when we grow bigger,
No.
we can hopefully get a physical space in maybe a nice area, maybe Lekki somewhere.
I understand.
Yeah, somewhere really nice. I would like to stay somewhere that I can get big customers too. If I'm going to have a shop, I don't want to just go any neighborhood. I want somewhere I want to be in the midst of like very big customers when I do have a shop.
So still on hustle hazards, I'd like you to tell us. I know there are times you got into things, like you try to do things and you figured they're not working. I know you really didn't want to touch on it, but I'm still coming at it because I know there are entrepreneurs listening. There are always entrepreneurs listening to this show because they need some sort of encouragement, some sort of words from professionals who are already in the business to get them moving. Now, I would like to know, was there any time, what was that one thing that made you cry? Not necessarily the literal tears now. I mean, what was that thing, that one thing in the hustle that broke your heart and you wished you never got into it? Because I don't want to understand, I don't want to even believe that you had it all going smooth. Nothing goes smooth in this part of the world. I mean, nothing goes stressless. Even though you had mentioned, okay, getting clients is one of your major challenge. I still believe that just this something, maybe trying to make dresses at some point and you weren't getting it. Did I just put that in your mouth? I can't believe I did.
Okay, so especially during the earlier stages of my sewing
apprenticeship.
Yeah. It was really, it was tough. It was like sometimes you would have gone very far in a dress and you make a mistake that
you would have to loosen everything.
Oh, loosening! Oh my gosh, loosening! That is one of the most painful moments. Sometimes I'll be like,
how did I even get into this?
So with time, I learned to just be more careful because I find out that the way the whites or the foreigners sew, it's a bit different from the way Nigerians sew. And they take their time, they measure everything. They don't just guess or assume. So initially, maybe the first place I learned, there wasn't the way I was taught was a bit different, and it made me more prone to making mistakes, But over time, I find easier and better ways to do it. But the most frustrating thing comes when you have to loosen something that you've sewn.
Making mistakes and having to redo things. Okay. So now that you have modeling and fashion taking over everything about you, what happens to your sociology background? What is happening to that profession? to that stuff you went to school for? What has happened to it? We want to know.
Actually, I would say that my course actually helped me a lot, especially in the modeling, because at some point you need to cohabit with other people, like during the boot camp, and then you have to give presentations. I actually put in a lot of what I learned in school as a sociologist into the modeling career, and it helped me to get to where I am today.
So I'm still in tune.
Yes.
Really cool. It's good to be in tune with everything you do. I mean, stay around that circle, because sometimes you try to go out of it, you might just sleep and then everything will be awkward and you don't want to have the experience. Yeah. Okay, so it's been an amazing time here with my guest on this week's edition of Social Trader. And you know what? Stephanie Illoabachie is someone you want to see what she is capable of doing. So she's going to quickly tell us how we can get through to her, how we can check out what she's capable of doing. So it won't be like I'm just here like overblowing everything. So you might want to check out her social media platforms to see what this beautiful damsel is amazing at. So you're going to quickly give us your handle so people who are listening can get through to you and check you out, and probably we'll get more clients from there. What do you think?
Oh, that'll be great.
Okay, so quickly.
So on Instagram, we're at @arrayed_by.
Let's call it like a Nigerian, so we can hear. At the first time I heard this name, I actually felt it was an Arabian name. Okay. Space it for them.
Arrayed, ARRAYED _by _Anila, ANEELAH. That's Instagram. While Facebook, it's Anila Costumes. Thank you.
All right, guys, you've heard what she is good at doing. I trust myself for giving this platform to you guys, because this is about the best moment on the show. Now, real quickly, we're going to take a break, and when we return, we shall be checking out our top 3 tips on how to be successful doing business online. Remember, you're still listening to Social Trader, and I am your regular host, Onoja, so stay tuned.
Listening to Africa Business Radio, where you get up-to-date insights on the Africa business landscape. Log on to www.africabusinessradio.com. Your favorite shows are available on podcasts. Download them on our website and mobile app. Africa Business Radio, towards a profitable Africa.
All right, welcome back from that break, and it's still Social Trade on Africa Business Radio. Remember, it can only get better on this show, because this show is specifically and specially designed to celebrate entrepreneurs in our society, keep you, yes you, updated on happenings around the world of online business across all social media platforms. Guys, this is officially the top 3 tips segment, where I unleash to you success tips on how to grow an online business. My number 1 tip is: do not oversell to your visitors. Do not oversell to your visitors. No one likes a pushy salesperson in a bricks and mortar business. Online business are no different in this aspect. People hate to feel like they are being overly pressured to buy something. You can point out the disadvantages of your product or services, but try not to oversell. Watch out for superlative spammy language too. It will surely backfire on you. Number 2, do not over-optimize your website. Do not over-optimize your website. You have probably heard of the term search engine optimization, or SEO. This is where people design their web pages with the intent of ranking higher in the search engines, particularly Google. Many online businesses push this way too far. Their sites end up being demoted or even banned from the search results because the search engines view their efforts as spam. Over-optimizing pages also makes them less likable and readable by real human beings. Number 3, remember we're still at the top 3 tips on how to succeed doing business online, and I went through my number 1 and number 2. Remember, number 1 says, do not oversell to your visitors. Do not oversell to your visitors. Number 2, do not over-optimize your website. Do not over-optimize your website. And number 3, which zips up my top 3 tips for this week's edition, maintain a high-quality mailing list. Maintain a high-quality mailing list. Ask your visitors to sign up for your newsletter when they come to your online business site. Give them an incentive to do such as a free report or free e-course on a topic related to your business. Having said this, respect your visitors and their time. Be sure not to send out your newsletters too often, perhaps once a month, and occasionally send a special announcement. Also, make sure to put quality content in your newsletter and give your subscribers an easy way to opt out. Well, that's it on my top 3 tips on how to be successful doing business online, and that officially brings us to the end of this week's edition of Social Trader. It's so good that you stayed in till the end of the show, but not to worry if you missed out, if you're just joining us. All you need to do is to log on our website, www.africabusinessradio.com, and go through the podcast list to see which episodes you have missed. This or maybe previous episodes, any of them is good. Just listen and get better at what you do, man. All right, this is the part of the show where I call it a day. Every good thing that has a beginning must have an end, sadly. But we've got to go because we have other stuff to catch up with, as time is not always by our sides. Okay, remember you can catch us up across all our social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn at africabusinessradio.com. Twitter, AfricaBizRadio. Stream live from our website again, www.africabusinessradio.com. And good luck, entrepreneurs. See you next time.
Listening to Africa Business Radio, where you get up-to-date insights on the Africa business landscape. Log on to www.africabusinessradio.com. Your favorite shows are available on podcasts. Download them on our website and mobile app. Africa Business Radio, towards a profitable Africa.